spiral? Does it have very long, tight arms going round many times, or are they loose? That connects to the size of the black hole. If the arms go round and round and round, apparently that means there's a very large black hole in the galaxy. And again, we don't know what we're going to find with this, but watch this space. It's just kicking off. Meanwhile, back to my favourite topic, the forum, where so many people come and chat and ask questions. A Guardian reporter interviewed a few of us recently, and their conclusion was, unlike the projects such as Stardust at Home, where the task is set from the top down, the Galaxy Zoo community has its own ideas about what can be done with the SDSS data. We've learnt how to use the website of the SDSS telescope. We do a lot of teaching ourselves about spectra, including 13-year-olds. And I often have to remind people, don't classify by the spectrum, they already know that. There are many threads asking great questions which have become very long as people put in the weird galaxies, saying, oh yes, I think this is weird this way. We develop our own theories, some are wrong, some are right. These are just a few of the things that we're doing by ourselves without any prompting from the zookeepers. We've got a collection of three-armed spirals. Three-armed spirals are weird because, well, picture the Earth when the tides are out. The tides go out in two directions, not three, so it seems three-armed spirals should be unstable. And apparently there were only 2 or 3 known before Galaxy Zoo. Again, we've got dozens. And asteroids, well, we've got a collection of over 7,000 unknown ones now. Asteroids are small enough that they don't fry the optics, although they do come out in very pretty colours because of all the filters. We've found 19 comets. Polar rings are a particular kind of merger the zookeepers aren't studying, but we're collecting them anyway because we love them. And gravitational lenses are proving a bit frustrating, to be honest, because the SDSS telescope isn't the best kind to look for gravitational lenses. It probes a long way, it sees a lot, but it's not very sharp or clear. And everyone wants to find a lens anyway. They're very trendy. But in any case, we're having a fantastic time with all of these and several more. And finally, the irregular galaxies. An irregular galaxy isn't a spiral, it isn't an elliptical, it isn't a merger, it isn't anything else really. It looks a bit like a cloud sometimes. It doesn't seem to have pulled itself together to be a proper defined galaxy. It can be virtually any shape you like. And nearly all of them seem to be bright blue, star formation going on. So we made a massive collection of these. But the zookeepers don't have any time to look at it. So we thought, what the heck, we shall look at them ourselves. A chap on the forum called Richard Proctor, whose forum name is Waveney, has designed about 3 websites for us now. We went through the Ps, we went through the mergers using his websites that he manages to make in about 4 hours. And now he's done a special one for the irregulars. And at first the zookeepers said, hey, sorry Waveney, there's no time to do this. So we thought, oh, stuff that, let's just look at it. Waveney and a few other people thought up a set of questions to ask people, which I shouldn't imagine you'll be able to read them from here. Every time you finish clicking one of those rows of buttons, another irregular comes up. I'll show you what some of the questions, not all of them. For example, is there a lot of star formation? And does it have some of the features that a spiral galaxy might have, such as a bar or arms? Or is it merging with anything? And some yes, some no. We're looking for correlations between these, for example. For example, if it usually has spiral arms, is it likely to have a bar, or is it likely to have more star formation? We're also studying, do other nearby irregulars affect each other the way elliptical galaxies do? The zookeepers were quite impressed that we were asking that. And Kevin called it the first user-generated science project ever. I'm sure there are a great many user-generated science projects, but for a bunch of amateurs who know very little astronomy, with the exception of one person who's helping write the paper on the irregulars, none of us academics just going along and doing it ourselves. They hadn't really anticipated that that would happen. I don't know what we'll find with the irregulars. Hopefully I'll be able to tell you in a few months. What are we going to do in the future? Well, there's lots of papers being written up. They make those available for us to read as well. We're hoping to participate in the International Year of Astronomy. And we might have an idea for something to do with that. I'm calling for more ideas on the forum, of course. There's going to be telescopes studying the foreweb. And also we're going to be getting very involved in education. For me, the most exciting thing about it is for citizen science. We're learning science as we go along. Not at all like at school where you get given a worksheet or a book and you learn some facts and you answer some questions. But you start by contributing, and then of course you want to learn all the facts, you want to hone all your tools and your expertise. And after all, you don't learn to play a musical instrument or paint a picture by reading about it, you learn it by doing it. That's what we're doing with science. And it's available to anyone with access to the internet as well. I call this project the Intellectual Revolution, because anyone can just come along and ask science questions that they've wondered about for years and teach themselves about spectra, all the wonderful things out there in the universe, things they'd never thought were available to them, and things that school just can't seem to do with its focus on exams. I think we're going to change quite a lot of things. There are some other citizen science projects out there, and it's getting more and more popular. And I've learnt more science doing this than I have from a 4-year science degree. I wonder if prospective science students at university will one day be asked, not what grades did you get, but are you involved in citizen science? And finally, it is a fantastic lot of fun. We can use the galaxies to make any pictures we like, and this is just one of the examples of the laughs we have on the forum. Seeing birds and elephants and dolphins in the galaxies. Oh, and offering each other virtual cups of tea. Thank you very much indeed.